A year ago I had applied for a Bachelor's of Education course in NURG. Teaching seemed a pragmatic option in the ways of ensuring employment for myself, but in every way, shape and form it was a compromise on my basic instincts. I felt obliged to be pragmatic, but desperately wanted to do something creative, and not work in a repetitive environment where there was no self-satisfaction. Teaching experience for me had only served to illustrate further that my interests would be marginalised by the process. My own desire for further education would only become more and more esoteric and methodological. The straw that broke the camel's back for me was scraping PVA glue off a 10-year-old's forehead after he glued himself to the table, despite a fellow classmate. I decided that my education choices should be for me and me alone. I couldn't take my mind off the possibilities once I had applied. In some respects, it's like a coin toss, where you only decide what outcome you desire when the coin is in the air. The act itself is meaningless. I found that just because there are a lot of options doesn't mean any of them are the right one for you. In conclusion, teaching is most certainly a profession I would have considered, but I thought it needless to limit myself when the passage of time means less and less to the youth of today. What I really enjoyed from my undergraduate was writing, but I could seldom hold a conversation outside of college without mentioning film. When the option of screenwriting came up, teaching seemed immensely bland by comparison. I intended to start as thoroughly prepared as I could. Of course, this didn't happen. Initially, I found the course to be daunting. It was far less constrictive than my undergraduate, and was made immediately aware of what I did not know. There was no short leash to claw my way back to. Strangely, my main concerns were that my own taste would become immensely pretentious, and that I could not enjoy the films in which I used to, due to me picking apart the inner logic of it all, like a carnivorous bird. The freedom that the course allowed encouraged creativity above all else. It was something I was not used to: autonomy. And it seemed that any creative powers I may have possessed had been stripped bare. It's an enlightening experience to think oneself well versed on a topic, only to be shown how incredibly wrong you were. But there's a long way to go to hone any artistic craft. Screenwriting, as per my experience, seems more a process of elimination than a process of construction, the removal of the unnecessary, to craft something coherent that is pleasant to the ear, or so is the intention. Originality in my mind is now a completely artificial construct. A screenplay to me seems like a jigsaw puzzle with no picture on the box. The pieces can be any shape or colour, and they can be assembled to suit one's will or purpose. All it has to be is pleasing to the eye or ear, to be coherent. Nevertheless, it's been an enlightening and thoroughly enjoyable experience thus far, though it seems a daunting yet exciting prospect to try my hand at the craft in the context of the real world. That's all for now. Thank you very much.